Good evening and welcome to Thomas J. Keenan Stadium on the campus of Perkiomen Valley High School for tonight's inter-county high school football clash between the home-standing Vikings of Perkiomen Valley and the visiting Blazers of Daniel Boone. Pete Conti here with Coach Reed for tonight's contest. And Coach, what can you tell us about the Blazers?
Well, they got pretty good balance. They run the ball well, and they have one of the top pass catchers in the area. I think it's always fun in these types of games. It feels a little bit like a bowl game. You know, you got two different conferences kind of squaring off here, and each team wants to show where they come from, what they do. You got a team from Berks County, a team from Montgomery County. All year long, everybody stayed in their own conference, so it's kind of fun to branch out. I can't even remember the last time Daniel Boone played Perkiomen Valley in a varsity football game.
Right, even though it's only really one district away. You would think they would meet more often. Certainly, we've met them in other sports, but this is the first time we can remember in football. So, kicking off for Perkiomen Valley will be number 31, Braden Basil. And we are underway. Good coverage by the Vikings.
Wow.
Blazers will start the 15-yard line.
Excellent kickoff coverage by number 33, Bradley Kersey. Bradley Kersey, one of the bright spots in that 10th grade class. A lot of the coaching staff really likes him and thinks he has a big future in this program.
Speaking of 10th grade class, when I was looking over the roster of Daniel Boone, I couldn't help but notice what a young squad they are. Out of 57 people listed, there was only 6 seniors. So, very young squad for the Blazers. 1st and 10. Run pass option. It's going to be stuffed at the line of scrimmage.
Well, number 9, Ashton Hoffer, was on the carry there, and he was stopped by number 16, Brian Helinski. And Brian's another one of those linebackers who's really been coming on. He's an 11th grader on the defensive squad for the Vikings, and we're going to see more of him next year.
Okay, it'll be 2nd and 8. They gave him 2 yards on that. 2nd and 8 for the Blazers. Spurrier back to pass. Completes it.
To number 19, Christian Hornberger. There we have, again, we said at the top of the game, these guys will run and pass. They're very balanced. So in the past couple of weeks, Perkiomen Valley has played Methacton and Boyertown, who ran the ball predominantly. Pope John Paul, who really likes to throw the ball. And Daniel Boone's going to have its own set of problems because they like to run and pass.
So we have our first third down, 3rd and 2 for the Blazers out of the shotgun. Perk Valley looks like the crowd in the line of scrimmage.
And it looks like Daniel Boone did get the timeout. So we'll go to our sponsors here. And we got Mocha's Train Stop.
Mocha's Train Stop, one of Montgomery County's finest preferred Italian restaurants. Full service, inside dining now available. Stop in and see Matt, Steve, and John Mocha, proud PV grads and sponsors, located at 104 Gravel Pike in Schwenksville. Call ahead for fast service at 287-YUM. And I'd like to mention, if you're there for the counter service, ask for E.
Athletes Arbor, Collegeville, Sports Performance Institute for Speed and Agility Training, evidence-based, results-driven, located at 135 West 4th Avenue in Collegeville. And Meshach Therapy and Associates, providing hope, encouragement, and healing. PV Football would like to thank Dr. John Meshach for his longtime support. 2 convenient areas in Skipback and Limerick.
It's going to be close for the first down. Let's see where the measurement goes.
Tackle made by number 58, Mason McQuinco.
Looks like they're waving it for a first down. First down for the Blazers.
It's a first down.
10 minutes, 15 seconds left in the first quarter. 1st and 10 on the 25 for Daniel Boone. Handoff into the middle of the line.
Well, it ended up being number 9 on the carry, Ashton Hoffer, taking the ball, but there was a scrum of Daniel Boone and Perkiomen Valley players there, and I'm not sure what the spot was there. I'm not sure if the pile was moving forward. I couldn't tell if Hoffer was back behind the line of scrimmage, so kind of a strange play there.
They gave him a pickup of 3 on the play, so it'll be 2nd and 7. Hoffer's their leading rusher by far. He's got over 500 yards rushing. Like you mentioned, they are a balanced team with the leading receiver in the area. So on a rollout to the right, Spirer looking, pass is incomplete.
Pass is incomplete.
Well, nice coverage there by number 5, Aiden Owens, and it looked again like Helinski was giving chase on that wide side as Daniel Boone rolled out to its right, and that's a case where you're going to cut the field in half and try to cut the coverage in half, but Helinski and Owens do a nice job of creating pressure and coverage.
So that'll bring up a 3rd and 7 for the Blazers. Operating out of the shotgun again with the split backfield. Again, a rollout to the right. Pressured by the Vikings, and he'll take them down.
Well,
Behind the line of scrimmage.
Excellent coverage here by the Vikings on the rollout pass. Helinski again kept the quarterback in front of him the entire time, and Nico Holder from his middle linebacker position was able to come from the inside out and clean up the play.
So that'll be a punting situation for the Blazers. Nathan Millard is the punter for the Blazers. Gets the kickoff, rolls out of bounds at about the 50-yard line, where the Vikings will have a 1st and 10.
Well, this is one thing we didn't see the Vikings get a lot of last week was a short field. We saw it a little bit in the first quarter as those two teams were feeling each other out, but it did seem like PV had a lot of long fields, and now they're at their 50. They can be aggressive.
So we've got Ethan Kohler, the starting quarterback, number 11. 1st down at the 50. Flag on the play, pre-snap penalty. With motion against the Vikings.
False start called against Perkiomen Valley. A 5-yard penalty and remains 1st down.
Well, 1st and 15 is a lot harder, and I know that's not the way Coach Heiss wants to start the game off.
So 1st and 15 with 8:28 left. First play is a handoff to Rasheem Grayson.
Carried by number 6, Rasheem.
Well, nice little cross action there inside, where the backs actually cross each other in front of Kohler, and I'm not sure if it was just a straight zone or a trap, but Grayson got a nice pickup there.
And the Vikings will go hurry up. Kohler bobbles the snap. Going to try to make it back to the line of scrimmage.
Again, nice play there by number 33 for the Blazers. If I could get where my paper went there.
It's Ryan Souter.
Ryan Souter did a nice job. Again, Kohler fumbles a snap, and kind of like we said last week, is sometimes it's, one step forward, 2 steps back, and so far in this first series, there's been a procedure penalty and now a drop snap. So
it'll be 3rd and 6 for the Vikings. Handoff up the middle by Rasheem Grayson. Picks up about 4.
Well, that's the shovel pass we saw last week that went for about 70 and could have made it a 1-score game in the fourth quarter.
PV going hurry up, 4th and 2 Blazers side of the field. They're going to go for it. Could be an attempt to draw the other team offside. We'll see. Nope, we're going to go for it. Oh, it's going to be the quick kick. We've seen this before by Kohler. Does a nice job. And down it at the, we'll see if they wave that in.
That's going to be a touchback.
Yeah, they're going to say it's a touchback.
And what's interesting, at every level, high school, college, NFL, they all have different rules with the touchback. And I got to be honest with you, I don't even know the high school rule. You know, whether you got to touch it and get it back in, or if you, but I do know in high school, if any part of the ball or player touches the end zone with the ball, it's dead, and doesn't matter if it's a kickoff, a field goal, a punt, whatever the case may be.
In that case, looked like the player for Perk Valley rolled on the line. So anyway, the Blazers take over. 1st and 10 on their own 20, 6:40 left in this scoreless first quarter. Now we'll look for the leading receiver out there on flank to the left. Out wide is that Alex Casello. Leads the area in receptions. But this is give up the middle to Hoffer again.
Hoffer's their main back, and that's the guy they're going to try to go to maintain possessions, to move the ball down the field. And so far, on 2 first downs, Hoffer was their choice to go to. Let's see if they look at 2nd down pass.
It's pick up of 3 on the play, so it'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Carried by number 9, Ashton.
This time Hopper tries to bounce it outside, but he's pretty well contained by the Vikings.
It looked like down that side. Looks like Joey Corpelich from his outside linebacker position came in, and Nico Holder was able to clean it up. And that's what Joey's trying to do with that outside linebacker, is push everything back in, because all the help is in the middle of the field.
Brings up 3rd and 4 for the Blazers. This time Hopper is stopped after a possible gain of 2. It's going to bring up 4th down for the Blazers.
Bring up a 4th down and 1 for Daniel Boone.
Well, one thing about these non-league games, you can take chances at any point. You got nothing to lose. You're here to win the game, and here's a 4th and short. This is going to be a big play in this game.
4th and 1 on their own 29. This could be a situation, like we said before, where they might be trying to draw them off sides, Coach. And that is indeed what it is.
Oh, good idea by the Blazers. Maybe you can sneak a quick 1st down, but Perkiomen Valley stays disciplined and doesn't go off sides. And I'm sure everybody on that Viking sideline was shouting, "Watch the ball." First quarter, sponsors, Moshe's Train Stop, Schwenksville, one of Montgomery County's preferred Italian restaurants. Full service inside dining now available. Stop in, see Matt, Steve, and John Motion, all proud PV grads and sponsors. Located at 1004 Gravel Pike in Schwenksville. Call ahead for fast service at 287-YUM.
I was just there tonight for some pepperoni and plain pizza. Absolutely the finest in the valley.
I'm sure you frequent there very often. How far is that from your house?
We are Friday night regulars. That's less than a mile from the homestead.
That's easy.
So Blazers back to punt. Nathan Millard is a fake. And it's going to depend on the spot. Doesn't look like he made it, but we'll see what happens if they
Boy, this is really close. Now, it looks like the 1st down marker's just past the 30, and they're not even going to measure. So
Number 9, Ashton Hopper, and he has a 1st down for Daniel Boone.
very aggressive play call this early in the game, Coach, on your own 30-yard line.
It's something after a timeout. You never know what can happen. I mean, kind of tough there. They only needed a yard, so it's not easy to just stop that regardless.
All right, so they got a new set of downs. 1st and 10 for the Blazers on the 30 with 4 minutes left in this quick-moving first quarter. Again, Spirer back to pass. He's going long for his man. Looks to be open. Caught and dragged down at the 22-yard line of PV.
Well, Bodwin's been one-on-one here with number 19, Christian Hornberger, who is their top receiver. So that's going to be a big battle to look at on that isolated bottom of the field.
On the Perkiomen Valley 22-yard line.
We saw last week Perkiomen Valley showed some weakness on those long passes against Pope John Paul. Need to clean that up a bit. But here we go. Blazers 1st and 10 on the PV 22. Hoffer, the ball carrier.
Carried by number 9, Ashton Hoffer.
Well, Ashton
Nice game.
Hoffer, yeah, I was just going to say, Hoffer always seems, in the short time we've watched him here in this first quarter, he seems to always be pushing the pile forward, always getting positive yards, and always keeping his team in a manageable down and distance. So now they're 2nd and short and what is deep into 4th down territory.
Yeah, Hoffer's a bit of a load at 6 foot, 213 pounds. Got 2nd and 7 for the Blazers. Once again, Spirer rolling out to the right, throwing long to Vasillo. Now, they're throwing a flag here, Coach. Almost looked like offensive pass interference.
It was interesting because it actually looked like Bodwin was in a position to catch the football, and the offensive player moved him off of his spot.
But it's going to go against the Vikings.
It's an interesting call. Now, most of these calls usually favor the offense. I mean, we've seen that all the time, but again, I don't know if it was a matter of Bodwin not turning his head or
it
what.
looked like he did turn a bit. He saw the ball, and that's when Vasillo just kind of wrapped him up. But anyway, it's 1st down for the Blazers. Ball is at the Perk Valley 8-yard line. Hopper up the middle. Whistle has not blown.
Number 9, Ashton Hoffer.
Boy, it's just like a rugby scrum with their inside zone plays with Hoffer. He's just very tough to bring down. At that time, a minimal gain.
71, Antonio Ciarella.
They gave him 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and 7 on the 7. Winding down the 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in the first quarter.
This first quarter flew by.
This time Spirer keeps it.
Good discipline there by the Vikings on the speed option. If you watch there, I couldn't tell if it was Owens or Corpelese, but you saw the quarterback coming across, and they went right to their pitch man, and that's exactly what they should do. And the rest of the pursuit of the Vikings came inside. So big 3rd down here, deep into the first quarter.
3rd and 4. This could be 4-down territory the way this game is going with the Blazers being so aggressive. Let's see what they have here.
Well, look at the bottom of the screen here. They have Hornsberger split out wide. He's getting real wide, so that tells me he's trying to do something in isolation.
Instead, they run Vasillo, the wide receiver.
Carried by number 4.
Well, this is the first big 4th down call in this game. And so far, the Blazers are 1 for 1 on 4th down attempts. This one's a little bit tougher from 4 yards out.
Yeah. Actually lost a yard or two. So this is 4th down with a minute to go in the first quarter on the 4-yard line in a scoreless game.
And I'm not sure if Daniel Boone will get this play off before the play clock runs down. They seem to have some confusion.
Incomplete. Pass is incomplete. They were looking for Hornberger again.
Well, excellent coverage there that time by Boone. And he does a nice job making up for the long pass and tightens up there deep in Vikings territory to turn over the possession. Athletes Arbor, Collegeville, Sports Performance Institute for Speed and Agility Training, evidence-based, results-driven, located at 135 West 4th Avenue in Collegeville.
Okay, Vikings take over first down and 10 on their own 4-yard line with 39 seconds left in the first quarter. Kohler operating out of the shotgun. Kohler has a man. He's got Posner who hangs on to it. Taken down about the 35-yard line. That's going to be a pickup of about 30 yards. What a nice ball by Kohler.
Absolutely. Coach Heiss decides to go with the verticals, and there's never more room for verticals than when you're on your own 1-yard line, or 4-yard line or whatever it was. So lots of room. Great hookup between Kohler and Posner.
Somebody got a handoff to Grayson. He busts a good run. He's still on his feet.
Again, I think this is where Perkiomen Valley's at its best. When they get these big chunk plays, the momentum builds, and I think the offense starts to get in their rhythm, and they start to roll. So 2 huge plays right in a row.
And it shows that the running game is a little effective, whereas last week it was kind of stuffed by Pope John Paul. They need to have both facets working. This time a handoff to Mason Thompson. Looked like he was going to be caught behind the line of scrimmage, and he plows forward for a good pickup.
Mason was very patient there and actually was able to split 2 Daniel Boone defenders. And that's going to take us to the end of the first quarter. And before this quarter ends, again, we'll just thank Mishak Physical Therapy and Associates, providing hope, encouragement, and healing. PV Football would like to thank Dr. John Mishak for his longtime support. 2 convenient locations in Skipback and Limerick.
Well, Coach, we've got a scoreless first quarter. Certainly, Daniel Boone seemed to move the ball effectively in that last drive, and now the Vikings seem to come alive after those 2 long plays.
Well, we're starting to see punch, counter punch. You get into your first series, you have at least your script in the first series of what you think could work against that team, and then you adjust based off of that. So both teams have seen each other's defense and how they're going to specifically adjust to each other. And in this case, both teams really got their drive started with a big shot down the field, a big vertical shot down the field. So, so far we're kind of par for the course here.
It's interesting. You mentioned at the outset of the broadcast that Daniel Boone's a balanced team, and they certainly are. Coming in, the quarterback Spirer had thrown for about 700 yards. Not the most accurate of passers, completing only 46%, but when it counts, he's putting the ball right there. So here we go. Vikings start the second quarter. We have a flag on the play.
And this seems to be right now the Achilles heel in the last couple weeks. Again, I don't know if it's going to be procedure. I don't know if the snap went back fast enough.
All-star Karen called against Perkiomen Valley.
Calling a false start.
A 5-yard penalty remains second down.
That'll move the Vikings back, so it's going to be a 2nd and 9 on the Daniel Boone 42-yard line. First play of the second quarter. Kohler out of the shotgun. Kohler rolling. He is a threat to run, and he will take it and run. Kohler, a good dual threat run there.
Well, what impressed me the most here was just absolutely stone cold pass protection by the offensive line of Perkiomen Valley. They were almost able to collapse the right side, and Kohler was able to scramble there and wisely slides to protect himself.
First down, 1st and 10 at the Daniel Boone 27. Kohler with 2 backs in the backfield. Grayson and Thompson. Gives it to the up man. Thompson leans forward for maybe a pickup of 2.
Well, that time we get number 9, Hoffer, and his buddy there, James Woodcock, kind of teaming up there to create a short gain for the Vikings. So there we got Hoffer's another one of those two-way players.
Yeah, like we had last week, a lot of two-way players on the field. I think this week is going to be similar because I see Spirer's their safety. This time Kohler rolls to his left. He's going to keep it, go out of bounds, pickup of about 5 or 6.
Well, that was actually a good decision and a great play fake by Kohler. Everybody was covered down the field, and Perk Valley was able to get the flank on the left side. So that's one thing about when you get your quarterback on the outside or on the perimeter, they do have that option to be able to run. And Kohler pointed down the field and said, "Hey, you're covered, but go ahead and block for me because I'm going to get what I can."
So he picked up 4. It'll be 3rd and 3 on the 20 of the Blazers. His handoff goes to Grayson. He picks up about 2, 4th and 2.
Excellent defense there by the Blazers, and they got some nice size inside there.
Bring up 4th and 1, and has been the MO of this game, the offense is going to go for it. This is a short one, I might add. See what we do here. Out of the shotgun. It's going to roll. Pressure coming. It's going to be taken down for a loss. Taken down by number 10, that James Woodcock.
Wow, James Woodcock does a nice job here, and he was able to get Kohler's lower body, and that's one where I think Kohler would like to see, Coach Heights would like to see Kohler just throw the ball there. It's 4th down. You know, it's going to be their ball no matter what, so you take your shot at somebody there. But excellent play by the Daniel Boone defense. Second quarter sponsors, the Duck Inn, Collegeville. Great food and fun atmosphere, offering game day specials. Stop in before, during, and after the game, located at 532 Gravel Pike in Collegeville. Patrick J. Kelly Insurance Group in Trapp. Full-service agency serving our community since 1984, offering business, health, life, homeowners, auto, RV insurance.
Okay, Blazers take over 1st and 10 at the PV 28. Or I'm sorry, at their own 28. It's a pass from Spire out to Vasallo. Good tackle over there on the sideline.
Excellent open field tackle there by Jeremy Brewer. Those cornerbacks can't just be out there covering people. They got to handle that perimeter run defense, and Brewer does a nice job on that flat pass to the flat. He was out on an island and synced his hips and made a nice open field tackle.
It was a pickup of about 4, so it's going to be 2nd and 6 for the Blazers. Second and 6, 9:15 left. This time is another handoff to Hoffer.
Well, great play by Aiden Owens. He was one-on-one there with Hoffer. I don't think I'd want to be one-on-one with Hoffer, and again, does a nice job tackling the lower half of Hoffer.
An injured Blazer on the play. We have a timeout on the field. 9 minutes left. Exactly. It's going to be a 3rd and 2 when we come back on the 36-yard line of Daniel Boone.
Patrick J. Kelly Insurance Group in Trapp, full-service agency serving our area since 1984, offering business, health, life, homeowners, auto, RV insurance. Tag and notary services are also available. Located at 212 West Main Street in Trapp. Allert Brothers, Inc., Royersford, the energy experts for 70 years, providing heating oil, natural gas, and heat pump systems. Call them for fast service at 610-881-6327. And the Duck Inn, Collegeville. Great food and fun atmosphere, offering game day specials. Stop in before, during, or after the game. Located at 532 Gravel Pike in Collegeville. Thank you to our second quarter sponsors.
So, Coach, we still have a scoreless game here. Both teams have seemed to move the ball a bit. However, the defenses have stiffened on those 4th downs.
Yeah, and both both coaches have been aggressive on offense. They've taken their shots on fourth down, and like you said, the defenses have won that battle. And it's a lot of times it's about winning a play, winning third down, winning fourth down. Those are the plays that are going to get your defense off the field and transition the game. And they're the plays, those third downs and fourth downs. When you go back and you look at the film and you watch the game, they're the plays that really you think about the most as a coach. What could we if we just did this differently here? If we just did that differently there? Those are the downs you got to get your defense off the field. And so far, both D coordinators have been able to do that.
And like everything else, in this COVID world, I think the fact that the seasons aren't as long, these teams aren't playing for league championships at this point. They're just thankful to get in games. It makes the offensive coordinators more aggressive. They have little to lose, really.
There's no question. You're out here just trying to win varsity football games, and so's your opponent. And you're going to be aggressive because you don't really have to worry about the aftermath.
All right, so we're going to pick up the action with 8:55 left. It's 3rd and 2. Going to have a rollout by Spire. We got a flag down. The pass is incomplete. Could be a hold, Coach.
Decision time for Coach Heist here. He's either going to decline this and make it fourth down and short, and so far Daniel Boone hasn't been deterred from going for it in their own end, or he takes them back and gives them an extra down. So we'll see what he decides to do here.
Looks like he's going to walk it off.
Yeah. And what we're seeing here early, strategy-wise, by the Blazers is they really like to move the pocket. They seem to really, their passing game is out of the sprint out. When they go drop back, it's more looking for Hornberger. But when they sprint out, he's kind of an afterthought on the opposite side. He's isolated on the opposite side, and they really want to go to that trip side. And that makes it tough for PV because you probably want to put your best corner on Hornberger, but yet they're still sending a lot of their pass plays or running a lot of their pass plays to that wide side, to that trip side, that strong side.
Looks like he switched his decision, so it's going to be a 4th and 2, and now Daniel Boone will punt, and it's going to be that Nathan Millard punting for the Blazers. And back deep for the Vikings, Luke Ritchie.
Mr. Overholtzer and the Vikings band are getting it going now. I always like when they played when we're on defense. He knew that.
Brings a little energy into the stadium.
Little noise, too. Yeah.
Another pre-snap penalty. It looks like a timeout. Timeout called by Perkiomen Valley.
So what they might have seen, again, what will happen here in this situation is with this 4th and short and the fact that Daniel Boone has already faked a punt, the defense will go into a punt safe where you just run your defense. It's just your defense is on the field, and maybe your safety will go back and fair catch any punt that happens. But you're basically going to play defense.
So you're not looking for a return on this?
Nothing. You're not looking for a block. You're not looking for a return. You're going to play your base defense.
Makes sense. So coming into the game, the Blazers were on a 4-game losing streak. They had won their first 2 games, one in incredible fashion. It was a 43-42 win against Twin Valley when they scored on the last play of the game. But then the last 4 games, they have been on the short side, and they've been giving up 50 points a game. So their defense has come to play tonight, shut out through the first quarter, and now we're 8:50 left in the second.
And as we said, Perk Valley really doesn't have anybody deep, and everybody's just playing defense now.
But he will get the punt off. Good punt. It's going to be at about the 35-yard line where PV will start 1st and 10.
Patrick J. Kelly Insurance Group, Trapp, full-service agency serving our community since 1984, offering business, health, life, homeowners, auto, RV insurance, tag and notary services also available. Located at 212 West Main Street in Trapp. Older Brothers Inc., Royersford, the energy experts for 70 years, providing heating oil, natural gas, and heat pump systems. Call them for fast service at 610-881-6327.
All right, Vikings 1st and 10. Their own 35, 8:42 left. Caller back. Swings it out. Pass is caught by Grayson.
That's actually Leo Hunsberger. That's his first touch of the night. And that time, Perkiomen Valley cleared off with verticals and sent Leo into the flat there.
Hunsberger's been a very versatile player for the Vikings this year.
And he's kind of had to be because of injuries to Tyler Marshall. And for a while there, Grayson.
Here comes Grayson on the sweep. Turns it upfield. Still going down to about the 40-yard line.
Grayson, and it's a first down.
Pick up about 20 on the play.
And really, at the point of attack, Leo Hunsberger had a very good block, which Grayson was able to cut off of that. And it's a zone play to the outside, and he was able to take it inside and get Grayson was able to take it inside and get vertical quickly.
All right, so we got 1st and 10 on the 40 of Daniel Boone. This time, Grayson up the middle for another 10-yard pickup.
And the Vikings are starting to get in a little bit of a rhythm here as they've picked up a couple first downs in a row on the ground.
After last week being held, to actually negative yards on the ground, things have turned around here for the Vikings. You need to have that running game. Here's Kohler on the keeper, and he's going to pick up about 8 yards.
This time, I'm sure Grayson's starting to feel it a little bit now. He's running a lot of these long motions, and they're going to get him a break. That time, Kohler's on the power read or the inverted veer, however you want to call it, and they send Grayson across, and he's got a couple carries in a row, so I'm sure the defensive eyes went to number 6, and that time Kohler pulled it and was able to get a nice gain for 8 or 9 up the middle.
So we got 2nd down and 2 on the 22. This time Thompson takes it, and he's going to be barreling ahead for the first down.
That looked like a trap to the right, but Thompson saw that it was kind of bottled up and made a nice little cut back away and was able to pick up the first down. So Pre-V doing some work here on the ground.
So 1st and 10 on the 19, 6:30 left in the first half. Gives the Hunsberger around the end. And again, they're making hay, picks up about 5.
And again, now they're doing it to the outside, to the inside, and somebody's down right now. And I think that might be Hunsberger, unfortunately.
Yeah, that is number 3. Leo Hunsberger, going to be attended to by the Vikings medical staff.
He might have got the wind knocked out of him or something. Could be one of those things.
Or a shoulder, possibly.
Yeah. Upper body injury.
In hockey, we call that an upper body injury. For some reason, we don't like to disclose specifics. I don't know if there's HIPAA laws involved in the NHL that don't apply to other sports, but seems to be something, possibly a shoulder. Maybe just got the wind knocked out.
Yeah, sometimes a running back will land on the football, and it hits you just the wrong way, and you just can't breathe.
Let's hope it's nothing serious. The Vikings already, like you said, down a man in the backfield.
It looks like Coach Basil's encouraging him.
All right, so we got 2nd and 7 on the 16. Kohler back, little screen pass to Thompson, and he pulls ahead for the first down.
Well, nice play call there by Coach Heiss. Using the jet motion, they've run it now with the wide zone. They've run it with the inverted veer, and that time they run the screen off it. But I got to tell you, the effort there by number 74, Jake Jonathan, was stupendous. He's out there by himself. As a lineman, you're out there in all that space, and he just got his hands. He gave a great effort to get his hands on somebody.
So we got a 1st and 7 on the 7. Kohler up the middle. Touchdown, Vikings. Ethan Kohler.
Well, that's an exclamation point on an excellent drive by the Vikings, especially on the ground. Not one pass in that series other than the screen pass. So That's something Coach Heiss has to feel real good about. And kudos to the offensive line of the Vikings. I mean, they pretty much took over that drive right there.
So Braden Basil comes on for the extra point with 5:34 left in the first half. Kick is up, and it is good. That'll make the score Perkiomen Valley 7, Daniel Boone nothing with 5:34 left in our first half.
Oler Brothers Inc. Royersford, the energy experts for 70 years, providing heating oil, natural gas, and heat pump systems. Call them for fast service at 610-881-6327. The Duck Inn Collegeville, great food and fun atmosphere, offering game day specials. Stop in before, during, or after the game. Located at 532 Gravel Pike in Collegeville. And Patrick J. Kelly Insurance Group Trapp, full-service agency serving our community since 1984, offering business, health, life, homeowners, auto, and RV insurance. Tag and notary services also available, located at 212 West Main Street in Trapp. So a great drive for the Vikings there, Mr. Conti, and hopefully that's something for them to kind of build on.
Yeah, need to get the offense going. After last week, shut down certainly from a run standpoint, and Kohler did end up throwing for 297 yards, but it was kind of out of necessity. So yeah, it's definitely a great drive to see a run-oriented, drive produce a touchdown. So Basil's off to kick off. Ball's bobbled by the Blazers. Good coverage downfield, taken down about the 15-yard line.
Right. Bradley Kersey again. That gentleman loves to go down and cover kicks. But interesting by Souter, he kind of retreated back like you take that first step back, almost like an outfielder. And then I don't know if he just lost the ball, but it looked like he didn't track the ball correctly, and it hopped in front of him. But does a nice job recovering and makes a play to get, and gets the ball out to at least the 16.
Where the Blazers will take over 1st and 10 with 5:30 left in the first half.
So far, they've gone with Hoffer on every opening drive.
This time, Spire keeps it up the middle. Big pickup, good hit, but after a pickup of about 10.
Yeah, so a little page out of PV's book with the little bit of a zone read, and he pulled it. Dilla Thomas had a nice open field tackle to make the play there.
Spire is a very athletic quarterback. I mean, you can tell that by the fact that he's also the starting safety. He's only a junior. He's also their second leading rusher. And here's that first leading rusher, Hoffer, around the right end, picks up about 5.
Boy, when Hoffer takes that toss to the outside, he's got a lot of momentum going. And like you said, he's 6 foot, 213 pounds, and he moves very well.
And he's only a junior also. So, like we said at the outset, a very young Daniel Boone team. We got trips to the left. Again, Spire going to keep it. This time he picks up about 2.
Nice play there by Vinny Corpelese from his D-tackle position. Fights down the line and makes a play. And we do have a flag on the play.
There's some laundry on the field. We have a face mask against Perk Valley.
Face mask penalty call against Perkiomen Valley.
Dan Falcone wearing the white cap tonight.
The Blazers.
Dan Falcone, basketball and football official, former golf representative. But that's a big play. That's in high school, that's a 15-yarder no matter what. So it's 1st and 10 on the 49-yard line of Daniel Boone with 4:45 left. Here's Vasallo out wide, streaking down the sideline, picked up possibly a first down, depends on where they mark it.
Oh, this is a great job.
Another
This was a great job
coming back though,
by
Coach.
Jake Bodwin. He was coming up from his corner position, and he kept fighting. And that's the way you're going to get a holding call. Is you got to keep fighting through it. A lot of these guys just throw their arms up, and then that doesn't do anybody any good. But he fought through it. Obviously, at the point of attack was held, and that's going to set the Blazers back pretty far here.
Going to set them back 10 yards, about 9 yards. It's going to be 1st and 19 with 4:40 left in the first half.
Well,
Blazers on their own 40.
Now's a spot where they would go after Hornberger.
Now it's going to be a run again by Spire, and he's stacked up at the line.
Wow, well done by number 58 for the Vikings, Mason.
Yeah, but we got another penalty on the Vikings after the play. It's probably going to be 15. Yep, personal foul. Falcone's been a little busy here the last 3 plays, Coach.
Yeah, but again, and really you're seeing this at every level of football, though, is player safety. And they're not going to have late hits. They're not going to allow you to have blindside hits, and that's just a point of emphasis now. Football is always under attack, especially it's a violent game, and they're going to do everything they can to make it safer.
So that's going to be an automatic first down.
That should be an automatic.
No, it isn't. It's 4 yards to go. Passes out wide to Vasallo.
The only automatic first down in high school is roughing the passer.
So that's going to be a first down. So it's going to be 1st and 10 on the PV 37 with 4 minutes left in the first half. Spire again keeps it. Picks up maybe 2.
Tackle made by number 58, Mason Linguinko.
Well, basically, Linguinko does a nice job here, but again, another gain of 3 here, and like you said, these backs for Daniel Boone are doing a nice job getting positive yards.
Second and 7. Now it's Hoffer again. This time he breaks it up the middle for a first down.
And the Daniel Boone offensive line doing a nice job here. And again, you got Hoffer coming up right behind it, so that's not an easy feat to stop him.
So what we're seeing here, Coach, is the answer by Daniel Boone to Perk Valley's drive. They're coming right back with one of their own. They have it 1st and 10 on the PB 26 with 2:55 left in the first half. This time Hoffer is stacked up as he tries the left side.
Well,
again, moved forward.
This game's moving along very quickly because both teams are really trying to run the ball, and it's a physical game.
Second down and 7 for the Blazers.
I'm used to those 4-hour marathons when you were the head coach throwing the spread offense and throwing the ball 35 times a game.
No.
So it's a little quick for me.
Why go through when you can go over and around?
All right, so we got 2nd and 8 on the 24. Bad snap, picked up, but it'll be a loss of about 1, so it'll bring up 3rd and 9.
Well, that's the same type of thing that happened to PV in the first quarter. You got the drop snap, so now this is an opportunity for the Viking defense to have a 3rd and long, and maybe Coach Young gets aggressive here.
And again, we're probably looking at 4-down territory.
Yeah, and probably a throw to Hornberger at some point.
He's out wide here.
They might isolate him with motion. Nope.
Spire back, throws to the corner, incomplete.
Pass is incomplete. Bring up a
Spire actually throws a nice ball. Like I said, his accuracy is not the greatest, coming in completing 46% of his throws, but he certainly throws a nice ball and has a strong arm.
Yeah, and I think he was under a little bit of a duress there. He had to hurry that throw a little more than he probably wanted to. And boy, they're setting up for a field goal.
For a field goal here. 4th and 10 on the 26. Should make it a 43-yard field goal. And again, it's Millard. Nathan Millard, he does all their kicking. Oh, this one
That's
is
a live
blocked.
ball.
It's a live ball. Could be a scoop. We've seen this the other week by Aiden Owens. Aiden Owens stays in bounds, and it will be a touchdown. That is the second touchdown for Aiden Owens in the last 2 weeks. Well, 3 weeks. He did it against.
Well, Aiden Owens is one of those high IQ players because, again, that ball was just sitting there, and he was sprinting to it, realizing it's a live ball. That's not an extra point. That's a field goal. So that's a live ball. And instead of just jumping on it, because it's going to be PV's ball no matter what, he wisely scoops and scores it and has a great run to finish off the play. Excellent play by Aiden Owens. Didn't get to see who blocked the punt or the field goal, but what a great play for the Vikings. And what a huge momentum shift in this game.
As they were going in to tie the score, it's really a 14-point swing if Basil puts this extra point through. Owens is the holder. It is up, and it is good. Exciting play. And you mentioned the intellect of Aiden Owens. Not surprising because his brother, Sean Owens, was a doctor, I believe.
Yeah, that's what they used to call him, Doc. Yeah, and that's a tough play for Millard there. He's kicking a 43-yarder in high school. And you got to drive that kick, which means it's going to be a little bit lower. It's not like an extra point where you can just put it up in the air right away. So the field goal is a little lower. PV blocks it, and Owens makes a huge play for the Vikings right before the half. But now the Vikings defense is going to have to go right back on the field, and that's not going to be an easy thing to do. And we got 109 left.
Yeah, 109 left.
And Daniel Boone, I believe, has 2 timeouts. Just
an absolute huge play. Because if Basil kicks this deep, it's going to take a lot of pressure off the Vikings D. They just have to, prevent a long pass or a long run and get into halftime up 14. All right, so 109 left, 14-0. PB to kick off, Braden Basil. Fielded at about the 18. And this looks, is that their kicker returning?
No, it looked like number 14, Franklin.
That's Vasallo. That's the wide receiver.
Alexander Vasallo does a nice job returning that kickoff and getting a nice gain.
So they'll take over 1st and 10 at the 33.
And Daniel Boone has shown that they have big play potential, so they could get aggressive here and throw the ball and try to get themselves in a position to score again.
Minute 4 left. Vasallo in motion. Spire looks like he wants to pass. Oh, he drops the ball and looks to be covered by the Blazers.
Well, that could have been. It just looked like Spire saw a lot of green grass, but forgot to bring the ball with them there. And that could have been devastating for Daniel Boone. And now Coach Heist might take some timeouts to try to get the ball back.
Oh, you can't take them with you, right, Coach?
No. So while we sit here, the Duck Inn Collegeville. Great food and fun atmosphere, offering game day specials. Stop in before, during, and after the game. Located at 532 Gravel Pike in Collegeville.
They must be doing something right at the Duck Inn. I've seen their parking lot expanding continuously, and it always seems crowded.
Tonight they got a nice, beautiful deck outside overlooking the creek there. Patrick J. Kelly Insurance Group Trap, full service agency serving our community since 1984, offering business, health, life, homeowners, auto, RV insurance. Tag and notary services also available, located at 212 West Main Street in Trap. And Oler Brothers Inc. Royersford, the energy experts for 70 years, providing heating oil, natural gas, and heat pumps. Call them for fast service at 610-881-6327.
All right, we'll pick up play here. 44 seconds left, 2nd and 12 after the fumble on the 31-yard line of Daniel Boone. Spyro with a quick pass out to the flat, try to keep him in bounds, and they do so after a pickup of about 2.
Well, that's the PV's last time out because they were forced to take one on the punt.
Right, before they wanted to make sure they had the right setup, as you were talking about, to actually defend the potential fake.
So if Daniel Boone runs the ball here, the half will end. And I believe the bigger news in that is Perk Valley gets the ball at halftime. Or after halftime.
Yeah, right, coming out. Refs are talking about something out there. Not quite sure. They're not sure of the down or what, but it's 3rd and 6. All right, 3rd and 6 with 36 seconds remaining. Could be another quick kick, possibly. Now it's keeper by Spire.
Yeah, and that
No
should
gain.
That should end our half. And nice tackle there by number 85, Gage Young. Does a nice job coming in, and that's probably going to end the half. It was good to see. I enjoy seeing PV in their classic brown on white uniforms.
Well, PV, of course, is the Oregon of high school football, as they have multiple combinations between the white, the orange, and the brown.
And the gray.
That is the end of the first half. Score PV 14, Daniel Boone nothing. Just to finish that up, the number of different combinations that we've seen over the years is very entertaining by the Vikings. Personally, I like the brown on brown, but you never know what you're going to get. As a coach, how did you find out, or how did you determine which uniforms were going to be worn?
Well, we used to let the seniors decide on Wednesday night before a Friday night game. We had weird little things, though. If we had a away game during the day, it had to be all white. I don't know why, but that's what we did. And then
So the seniors, did they vote, or was this a captain thing?
it was the seniors would all vote. And then if we played on grass away, it would usually involve the orange pants or the brown pants. If we wore gray, it was always all gray. I think we mixed the gray a couple times. We did a gray on white one time. And then in the playoff run, we went all white, and we stayed with it because we were winning.
Of all the decisions that a head coach has to make, I would imagine that's one of the more important ones.
That could be, as Larry Galansky says, that could be worth a touchdown if you wear the right uniform. So we laugh about that all the time, but kids love that. I mean, I think that's a lot of fun for the kids, and I think that's why they've done that over the years. So
one thing we didn't touch on last week was the new field here at PV. Beautiful facility with the new AstroTurf. I don't know if AstroTurf kind of dates me. What do they call it now, Coach? Field turf?
Field turf, artificial surface. I don't know, but it is gorgeous. Last week it rained. It was cold. but we had a dry track when we came out here at night. I mean, it is stunning. And, they just finished the baseball. They're right at the tail end of the baseball field, and softball and field hockey. And that's going to be a heck of a facility as well. So
it's kind of Larry Glansky's going away present to the Valley.
Swan song, huh? But took a lot of people to make that happen. So it's very exciting.
Larry, the longtime athletic director here at Perkiomen Valley, will be retiring at the end of this month, I believe.
I think next Friday might be his last day. So
all right, we wish him well and his whatever his plans are. He certainly has seen the growth of PV sports over the years. It'd be interesting to see when he started, what class they were in.
Double A, yeah. And they were playing in the Bucksmont against CV West and North Penn. And I think Upper Perk was usually the one team that was closest in numbers to us.
Right. So it's not surprising that they struggled, certainly on the football field. And then when you took over, the enrollment started increasing.
Mm-hmm.
You did a great job turning the program around after three losing seasons broke through, and then it's been history.
Well, we always said that 2007 was our year that we kind of really turned the corner, and we were one male student into Quad A at the time. We would have been Triple A, and that could have been really interesting had we gotten into if we were in that Triple A tournament that particular year. So.
Right, because that was Zuli's first year as a starter.
Yeah,
right?
It's
second year as a starter, but it was his junior year.
Yeah.
Very talented team, very, very talented, very explosive offensively. You know what's interesting is Daniel Boone's history is a little bit similar to Perk Valley's in that back in 2003, they were coming off a stretch of 20 years where they had one winning season.
Wow.
And they hired a coach, Dave Bedolis, who you know something about, right, Coach?
Yeah, well, Dave was my high school football coach as a senior, and learned a lot from him. And over the years, I talked to him a lot. And we used to always have 7-on-7s together. We even scrimmaged together a couple times. I always respected the things he did and his mind for football. And a lot of the things I did as a high school coach, especially setting up camp and practice, was a lot of things I learned from him, and tried to mirror a lot of those things. And I just remember when we were in camp, there was just no wasted moments. Every moment of the day was filled with some kind of learning activity for the sport of football, whether it was off the field, whether it was just in helmets, whether it was a walkthrough, a chalk talk. It was just a full day of just.
And the interesting thing about Bedolis was he was your coach at Pius, St. Pius X.
Yes.
Before they, obviously now that school closed and combined with Kennedy Kenrick and now they're Pope John Paul. But he was your coach, and after your class, he actually took the team of Pius to the state championship. They were in the final game, and they lost in a controversial spiking. In other words, they had the ball. There was a few seconds left. They were on, I think, the 1 yard line, and their quarterback had to spike the ball, and the ref said the time was out.
Yeah, it was the Eastern final, actually. It was against Penn Argyll up somewhere in Allentown. And, so they I think he won his first Pac-10 championship with Pius in 1999. And then 2 years later, they went on that run. But they had lost the Pac-10 to Pottsgrove that year, who had Brent Steinmetz. And that was like a year when they had Brent Steinmetz and Zach Pierce.
Zach Pierce.
Going back and forth for that rushing title in a single season. And they played each other on a Wednesday night, and Pottsgrove beat them. So, So
then Bedolis, he leaves Pius, takes over. I don't know if he sat out a year, but he takes over at Boone. Okay, their one winning season in 20 years. He immediately puts together 9 consecutive winning seasons.
Yeah.
And we're not just talking about winning seasons. After 6-5, 8-3, 8-3, 10-2, 9-4, 8-4, 9-3, 11-2, 10-2. I mean, just an incredible turnaround.
Yeah.
And then he decides to back away because he had several son's playing. I think his son ended up going to Bucknell, right?
Now, and he has another son playing now. So his children started to come of age, and he just wanted to see them play, and I can respect that. And
I was just going to say another similarity to you. And then the difference is, though, where the paths diverge is when he left, immediately they were back to mediocrity, if not worse. After he left, they were 2-8, 4-6. They threw in an 8-5, but then they were 3-7, 3-7, 2-9. After you left, you handed over the reins of an incredible team. Coach Heist first year ago, 12-1.
Yeah.
I mean, you did not leave the cupboard bare.
No, we didn't. And that was a team. I decided to step away with the idea that I thought it would just roll right over, and it has. And Coach Heist has done just an amazing job with the program, and he's taken it to a whole nother level. So, and all the coaches, and I think that's the strength of our program is that. The continuity of the coaching staff dating back to Scott Furman. I mean, I was on Scott Furman's staff as well as all these gentlemen, and they were all on my staff, and they're all on Rob's staff. I mean, these guys have been doing this. I mean, Young, Basil, Walsh, these guys have been around 20 plus years.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely unusual in high school football to have a staff stay together when the head coaches change. I mean, these guys, like you said, Basil and Young,
they're more well known.
More
well known than some of the head coaches in the area.
Right.
Because they've been at it for so long.
And now, like you said, Heist has been here for a long time. A head coach is his 5th year as head coach, but he's been here. And Tim Connolly,
since
15 years, I think. Yeah, that's 15 or 14 years. And they're all, what I'd like to say about them, because I know I've had exposure.
And then Andrew Miller came back, and he was in the program.
Yeah, and what I was going to say, I've had exposure through the education process of having some kids at the Valley, and I can say through that lens that they're wonderful people. They're as good of football coaches that they are. They're as well respected and do a great job in the classroom. So we're fortunate here in the Valley to have those types of people and this type of a football program. It's just been very entertaining.
And we'll be back in about 6 minutes, and we'll get the kickoff underway for the second half.
All right, we're back. So we have the second half about to start. PV winning 14-0, and PV will receive. So this could be a big momentum push. PV put some points on the board here. That could be a little deflating, especially the way the first half ended for the Blazers.
Well, Pregame ran the ball with a lot of effectiveness on their last offensive drive. So we'll see what Coach Hutch wants to do here. Could throw him off and take a shot early.
So once again, Nathan Millard will handle the kickoff duties for the Blazers. Back deep for the Vikings. Well, it's going to be a pooch. Going to be fielded by Boone, and he takes it to about the 43, 44, where the Vikings will take over 1st and 10. Good field position.
Boy, it's easy to take for granted the kickers that Perkiomen Valley has had over the last few years because you see these other teams in their kicking games. Braden Basil doing a nice job for us, and we've had plenty of guys before him. Boy, it just makes such a huge difference to have an effective kickoff.
Couldn't agree with you more. Patla, he used to kick the ball routinely out of the end zone. The other teams would get no return yards. And, now he's kicking at Cornell. So we're going to start the second half with a penalty flag. It's going to be offsides on the Blazers. So that'll give us a 1st and 5.
Well, it looked like Perk Valley was in their trips, and they were going to go 4 verticals. So, not sure if Coach Heiss is going to stick with that.
So 1st and 5 on the 48 for PV.
Yes, he is.
Kohler looking and sees nothing, just takes the ball forward back to about the line of scrimmage.
Well, David Boone does a nice job there against the 4 verticals there. Number 8, Barrier did a nice job of actually giving up ground and beat the flat defender, but he stayed vertical with Posner that time, and they weren't able to get that little vertical in there.
Again, he's one of their two-way players. Obviously, he's their quarterback. So Kohler takes the snap, throws it out to the flat to Posner. Posner's got good yardage, goes down the sideline.
Very athletic play here. Again, getting your athletes in space. Jason Posner catches the 5-yard out here, kind of like a chair route, and makes a move in space. And sometimes that's all it takes. If you get the football in the flat, it just takes one move, and you can get a nice big game.
Posner's having a good senior year here. So it's 1st and 10 with 11 minutes left. Going to be a swing pass out to Hunsberger. Hunsberger takes, and he's tripped up, but not before he gets down to about the 13-yard line.
And Posner's going to get hit with a personal foul here, and he gave a great effort blocking here on the edge, but he had a little extra at the end here. I think they're going to get him with. There's a physical play, and Grayson did a nice job finding that seam, but this one's going to come back a bit.
They're calling it a hold, which is a little better than the personal foul because that'll only be 10 yards. Is that a spot foul, Coach?
It is a spot foul. And again, I don't know. So I thought maybe it was a late hit, but man, he was engaged. Again, I usually when you're engaged, you let that play come through, but I know that was from the umpire.
So that's going to make it. Yeah, it's going to make it 1st and 19 on the 34. Kohler ducks pressure, but he can't get away from the second guy. He's taken down at about the 40.
So at the spot where they tried to actually use the setup of the play previously, they did the little tunnel screen, that wide swing pass, and that time they think the swing pass tried to go deep, but Daniel Boone did an excellent job of coverage, and Kohler really had nowhere to go, but he takes the sack, and that's okay to take the sack instead of forcing something.
2nd and 25 on the 40. 10 minutes left. Third quarter, Grayson with the ball picks up a good chunk.
Nice playoff tackle there. And I really think Grayson does a nice job from that spot behind the quarterback, almost in a type of high formation out of the shotgun. When he gets that deep set, he sees things real nice. So that's big, and maybe possibly could set up a field goal here for Brady Madison.
Yeah, so we got 3rd and 17. Probably need to pick up about 10 to be in Basil's range. Grayson goes in motion. He's flanked out to the right. It's Hunsberger in the backfield with Kohler. Kohler takes the snap. He's going to throw. He's got a man. Incomplete. Tried to hit Beatty on and out. Just didn't get it there. It's a long throw like we talked about, throwing from the middle of the field all the way over to the sideline. Just came up a little short. Viking offense staying on the field. This could be another quick kick, or they might try a pass here. 4th and 17. They're at the 32. So again, we're going to continue with the theme of offensive aggression. I'm sensing another pooch kick, Coach.
Could be. I'm going to take the delay.
Timeout.
Perkiomen Valley call.
Now, did they take a delay, Coach, or did they take a timeout here?
They might have taken the delay to give some room.
Oh, it is a delay, yeah.
Harvey, that was a delay of 8. Is that a 5-yard penalty?
Yeah, 5-yard penalty.
It's a 5-yard penalty. Remains 4th down.
Okay. No.
All right, so we got 4th and 22 on the 37. And it is going to be a little quick kick. It's not really a quick kick because it is 4th down.
But it's really effective, though, because as a defensive coach, you got to respect the fact that Kohler's there. Third quarter sponsors. Wallace Services, Inc., Zieglersville, Boyertown. Friendly and honest service that you can trust, providing the area with expert electrical, heating, AC, and geothermal services since 1965. Located at 1213 North Gravel Pike in Zieglersville.
And, Coach, they installed our air conditioning, and it's awesome.
Oh, nice.
So that's another personal plug for one of our wonderful sponsors. So here we go, 1st and 10 from the 9-yard line. Hoffer with the handoff. Vikings do a good job stuffing. There was a little bit of confusion. Kind of ran into Spurrier in the backfield.
Yeah, and that definitely messed them up, and they had no gain there. Again, I saw Nico Holder in there on the tackle, but there was a host of Vikings on the play.
One of the famous public address announcers at Perkiomen Valley would call that a boatload of Vikings, I believe.
Makes sense, though.
All right, so Boone has it, 2nd and 10. Their own 9-yard line, 8:25 left. And it's another handoff to Hoffer, and he is stacked up once again. Ball comes out, but it was ruled down.
Well, that time it looked like Holder and Ciarello met at the line of scrimmage to stop that run short in its tracks. So it'll be interesting to see what Daniel Boone wants to do here. Very conservative down deep in their own end.
Vikings have got some good line play over the last few weeks by Ciarello, by Gage Young, by Nico Holder.
And the junior Vinny Corpelese is doing a nice job in there. So Hornberger's on the inside of the trips here.
3rd and 10. He's going to air it out. He's got 2 guys incomplete, though. Looks like 2 guys running the same route, Coach.
Yeah, well, it was a vertical look. It was perfect coverage by the Vikings. Looked like It was Brewer and Dylan Carruthers on the coverage. They tried to flare Hornberger out to the right, grab the eyes of the Viking defenders, but didn't work out.
So Daniel Boone's going to punt from their own end zone. Millard's about 3 or 4 yards back in the middle of his end zone. Back deep for the Vikings is Luke Ritchie. Not a good punt by Millard. Goes at about the 25-yard line.
And really in this second half,
there's a flag on the play.
So far, Pete, it seems like special teams have been kind of an Achilles heel here for the Blazers in this game. We've had a blocked field goal for a touchdown, a short kickoff, and now a short punt.
Let's see what the flag's for. We have motion against the Blazers. Of course, that one's going to be declined based on the fact that that punt was shanked.
Vincent's Pizzeria and Grill, combining the best tradition of Italian pizzerias with a wide offering of Italian favorites. Located at 500 Gravel Pike in Collegeville. Call ahead for prompt pickup or delivery. 610-454-0454.
Okay, Vikings take over 1st and 10 on their Boone 23. Got a run up the middle by Mason Thompson. He's down around the 19, or I should say 17.
Well, that was an excellent job of the Viking offensive line there. Austin Henry was leading the way at his right tackle position, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see PV stay on the ground if they're going to chunk yards like that.
Yes, it picks up 7, so it'll be 2nd and 3, 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Kohler out of the shotgun on the 17-yard line. Hunsberger in motion. Another inside handoff to Thompson. Picks up about 2 or 3 on the play.
And this time they go with the trap to the left side with Purbon leading the way on the trap from the right guard position. And now they're in a 3rd and very manageable, and I would imagine easily 2 downs, although a field goal from Basel would be a 3-score game.
Yeah, so it's 3rd and 2 on the 15.
Can you accept or decline?
So Kohler rolls out, makes a one-handed catch made by Thompson, picks up a 1st down.
Now, over the last few weeks, it's been obvious Thompson has very, very good hands. And just a great play from his fullback position to make that grab there.
All right, so we got 1st and 10 on the 11-yard line of Daniel Boone. 6 minutes left here. This could be a big score. If they put this one in the end zone, or like you said, if they get a field goal, this is going to be a 3-score game. Little swing pass. Thompson has it. He's down to about the 5.
Well, that was another great play there. That was a heck of a tackle there. And again, that's where you're the Daniel Boone staff. You're holding your breath because your quarterback's in there. Spurrier making a big hit on the Vikings fullback, and that's not really what you want your quarterback doing a ton of.
No, Spurrier, not the hugest guy, but like we said, very athletic. So Kohler out of the shotgun, Hunsberger in motion. Kohler's going to keep this. Don't know if it was the design run, but he loses about 4 yards.
Well, James Woodcock, number 10, did a good job of staying disciplined, staying home. We've called his name a number of times tonight, and he's having a pretty good game here at Perkiomen Valley.
Bring up 3rd and 9 now at the 10. Notice seems to be a little bit of trouble with the snaps, Coach. They've been down around Kohler's knees. I think they need to get up by his waist a little more.
Yeah, because that takes his eyes off the coverage for a longer period of time.
Once again, at about his knee. He's going to throw. He's got a man off the hands.
That's a tough play. I mean, that's great coverage by Spurrier. It was a good throw by Kohler, and Posner almost makes a great catch. So, again, Spurrier makes a nice play there on defense to stop the drive. And this is a huge field goal right here.
Yeah, so it's 4th and 9. The ball's on the 10, so this will amount to about a 27-yarder.
I give Daniel Boone a lot of credit. You can hear their sidelines. Yeah, you can't bring many people on the road, but boy, their players get into it.
So again, Owen's the holder. Basil's kick is up, and it is good. Snuck in the left upright.
Yeah, boy, he banged that one pretty good. And that's going to make it a 3-score game.
As the Vikings go ahead 17-0 with 4:29 left in the third quarter.
Sports Unlimited Inc., Carleysville, the best online sports store with deals on gear for football, field hockey, baseball, and more. They have a huge selection. Free shipping is available for all your favorite brands. Visit their website at www.sportsunlimitedinc.com. Wallace Services, Inc., Zieglersville, Boyertown. Friendly and honest service that you can trust. Providing the area with the expert electrical, heating, AC, and geothermal services since 1965. Located at 1213 North Gravel Pike in Zieglersville.
Okay, the Vikings will be kicking off. Basil will be looking to kick one deep.
You know, it's funny with the turf. I feel like I'm watching HD. It just looks so clear.
Because, yeah.
All the lines are so clear and concise.
And it has the alternating green.
Yeah, it's very satisfying to look at.
So Basil on the kickoff. Nice kick. Fumbled by... I think he stepped out of bounds. Great job by Basil, kind of pinning him in the corner.
Oh, looked like he got his pitching wedge out, and it just kind of checked up for him and stayed in bounds. And that's going to put Daniel Boone with another long drive. And man, that puts him way back there. They're on the 14.
Be 1st and 10 on the 14 for Daniel Boone. 4:28 left in the third quarter. It's a big possession right here. I would think that Boone has to get some points on the board.
They're going to be aggressive
in this possession.
You got two guys isolated at the top and bottom here. Yep.
Spire is going to pass out to Vassallo. He's taken down right away after pickup about 5.
Good tackle there by Bodwin. And Perk Valley on a 3-score lead will be happy to give up 4-yard curls.
It'll be 2nd and 6 on the 18.
Look for Daniel Boone to maybe run a combination route off those curls, curl and go, to try to catch a big one.
Spire back, looking deep, has a man, incomplete.
That was an outstanding throw by Spurrier. I mean, he dropped that thing right down the chimney, and unfortunately for Daniel Boone, number 4 was the intended receiver, Alexander Vassallo, just couldn't quite come up with it.
There was good coverage on the play by the Vikings.
Brewer did a nice job over there.
He was.
So what with him? Daniel Boone's in a pro formation here, which sends their Z or their flanker all the way to one side and their other receiver all the way to the other. And really, with Perk Valley's safety right in the middle of the field, they can take those shots to the sidelines with one-on-one coverage.
Spire out of the shotgun, looks to throw again. Here comes the Viking pressure from both ends, and he's taken down with authority back at the 7-yard line.
Number 30, Thomas Carroll's going to get the credit for the sack. But boy, the whole left side of the Viking defensive line pretty much collapsed the pocket, and Thomas Carroll was the beneficiary because they all kind of got bumped over to him. But great job by the PV defensive front on that sack.
Thomas Carroll is one of those players you like to have in your program. He's been with it 4 years, doesn't get a whole lot of time, but is stuck with it, and I'm sure is as big a part of the program as maybe some of the starters. People, those guys you've got to have in your locker room.
Oh, no doubt.
Punting out of the end zone again. Well, it's going to be a flag first. Could be delay of game, as the clock ran down to 0.
You know, there's over the years, there's a lot of kids that go on and are all league and have great careers. And, you know, there's a lot of other kids. And one of my favorite senior speeches we ever had was a kid by the name of Andre Coleman. And he said, you know, I worked for 3 years so I could have this year. And to think about that, a high school kid working 3 years in a row to play one.
Yeah.
I had a lot of respect for him that night when he talked about that.
Millard gets the punt off, goes through the legs of Richie. He's going to pick it up. Picks up 5, 7, 8 yards. We got a flag coming in from the back.
Well, they're going to get a flag here. I'm not sure what the call was because I know that I saw the play that the penalty was on, but
it's going to be a hold. They're calling holding on the Vikings.
Yeah, that I don't know. Maybe again, I'm not down there, so it looked like he had him inside the frame, but that's something we'll give the benefit of the doubt to the official. He's on the field. Vincent's Pizzeria and Grill, combining the best tradition of Italian pizzerias with a wide offering of Italian favorites. Located at 500 Gravel Pike in Collegeville, call ahead for prompt pickup or delivery at 610-454-0454.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Vikings at their own 48 with 2 minutes, 47 seconds left and a 17-0 lead for the homestanding Vikings. Kohler back to pass, has a wide open receiver down to the...
That's a sophomore, Michael Porabon, who's been just kind of climbing the ranks and has made it out to the field on Friday nights as a 10th grader. I'm noticing Coach Heist tonight going in empty sets more often, using his jet motion out of the empty sets. Maybe he saw something on film where he felt like he could spread Daniel Boone's defense out a little bit.
So for our uninitiated listeners, empty set meaning no one else in the backfield other than the quarterback, just to spread the action. That's Thompson up the middle.
Again, not a ton there, but he does a nice job kind of picking his way through the traffic. And Daniel Boone's number 58 there. Colin Lay makes the tackle.
I've been impressed with Thompson over these last few weeks. He seems to run hard, knows where to go with the ball. Like you mentioned earlier in the game when he had the play was supposed to go to the right and he cut it back. And he always seems to get something out of nothing sometimes.
He plays like a senior. He just does what he's supposed to do, and you can totally count on him.
This time it's Grayson around the left edge. He'll pick up about 3 or 4.
Well, that's Perk Valley's wide zone there, and it looked like there was a big gap there, but Daniel Boone does a nice job of closing that lane pretty quickly.
Be about 3rd and 6 on the 28 as we wind down to about a minute left in the third quarter. Third and 6 out of the gun. Time Kohler keeps it, runs up the middle, picks up the first down.
Well, that was a little improv by Kohler. It looked like they were setting up that shovel pass. Lot of misdirection on that shovel pass. But Rasheem Grayson wasn't open, so Kohler decided to tuck it and run and pretty much just followed Grayson up into the hole and was able to get the first down.
So we got 1st and 10 on the 21 as time ticks down here in the third quarter, 39 seconds left. Kohler once again operating out of the shotgun. This time looks to pass, has a man wide open. Again, it's Purabom, and he's in for the touchdown.
Oh, Mike Purabom, nice job on the slant route. What impressed me the most is he attacked the ball with his hands. He didn't wait for the ball. He went and got it, caught it with his hands, and does a nice job sticking his foot in the ground and getting vertical to make a touchdown. He actually split 2 defenders to make that touchdown, but excellent job attacking the football with the hands.
Not letting it get into his chest.
And really, when they talk about a game of inches, that's a 2-foot difference if you reach your hands out and make that catch.
So Basil's on for the extra point with 28 seconds left in the third quarter. Kick is up, and it is good. That'll make the score Perk Valley 24, Daniel Boone nothing as we approach the end near the end of the third quarter.
Calling that kick by Braden Basil.
Sports Unlimited Inc., Harleysville, the best online sports store with deals on gear for football, field hockey, baseball, and more. They have a huge selection and free shipping is available for all your favorite brands. Visit their website at www.sportsunlimitedinc.com.
Coach, just to piggyback on what you were saying earlier about Andre Coleman, I think there's a lot of players out there who, the fans don't see because they might not be in the skilled positions, but they put in a lot of work over the years, 3-4 years, and some of them, like a Coleman, do eventually get on the field. But then there's those other seniors who don't see a lot of playing time, and they're out there really making the team better. You need a lot of players for a football team. You need a lot of practice players. And I really have respect for those kids who stick with it for 4 years and might not get, on the field that much.
Yeah, and especially in a world where we have some of these other sports, and not to knock the other sports, but there's so many travel teams. And when a kid's not happy, they just go to another team.
Dad starts his own team.
Yeah, and these guys stick it out, man. That's part of life too. When things get be a grind, you stick things out.
Basil with the kickoff taken, and the PV defense comes up big after the Boone receiver kind of retreats looking to mix the field. He's taken down about the 18-yard line.
Perk Valley's kick coverage has been outstanding all night, and that time Hunter Sprecher just came out of like he was shot out of a cannon and made a huge tackle there and a nice hit to keep Daniel Boone inside the 20.
Not a big guy, but certainly he's a hustler. Reminds me of that Tim Mallon who used to play on some of your teams as a undersized linebacker. Just not a big kid, but just tenacious. And then speaking of tenacious, there goes the Viking defense again. This will be recorded as a sack behind the line of scrimmage.
It looks like somebody's down, and it looks like Holder is holding his knee. So
number 54, that's not a good scene. He's one of the leaders on the defense for the Vikings. The 205-pound senior middle linebacker we've called his number a number of times tonight and throughout the season. But as we approach here the fourth quarter, with 12 seconds left, PV holding a 24-0 lead. We'll have a break in the action.
Wallace Services, Inc., Zieglersville, Boyertown. Friendly and honest service that you can trust, providing the area with expert electrical, heating, AC, and geothermal services since 1965. Located at 1213 North Gravel Pike in Zieglersville. Vincent's Pizzeria and Grill, combining the best tradition of Italian pizzerias with a wide offering of Italian favorites. Located at 500 Gravel Pike in Collegeville. Call ahead for prompt pickup or delivery. 610-454-0454. And Sports Unlimited Inc., Harleysville, the best online sports store with deals on gear for football, field hockey, baseball, and more. They have a huge selection and free shipping is available for all your favorite brands. Visit their website at www.sportsunlimitedinc.com. Thanks to all our third quarter sponsors.
Holder's up, walking off the field under his own power. Looks a little gimpy. Hopefully he'll be back. We'll see. We'll watch the Viking medical staff attend to him on the sideline. All right, so we got 2nd and 15 for Daniel Boone on the 14-yard line. A swing pass off the hands.
I'm not sure what happened there. I know maybe Perk Valley was in a blitz, but it only looked like two defenders were out there over on top of the trip. So I'm not sure what happened, if there was a miscommunication or what.
Worked out as the ball went off the hands of Cameron Hirschman, bringing up a 3rd and 15 at the Daniel Boone 14-yard line.
Ooh.
This time Hoffer is wrapped up by a bunch of Vikings.
Boy, what a big hit. Number 57, Nate Gay, looked like he was the first guy there. And, man, that was a collision, and that's going to end the quarter.
That is going to end the quarter. We're going to go into the fourth quarter with the score 24-0 Perk Valley.
At the end of the third quarter, Perkiomen Valley 24, Daniel Boone 0.
Now, Coach, this is the last home game for the Vikings. They do have one more game on the schedule where they will travel to Quakertown to take on the Panthers. So this will be the last home game for the seniors. And it won't be long before Tim Walsh is knocking on their locker looking to collect their uniform. And, last time playing in front of their parents, unfortunately, due to everything COVID, we don't have a full house here, but we do have a nice showing of the parents.
Wow.
But for some of these kids, this will be the last time they put on football pads.
Here at PV. And it's been a weird season, but at least there's been a season. And I think these kids got to be excited that they got to play a good amount of football. And at that point, there was a point in the summer where I didn't think we'd see any football or any sports for that matter. So excited for them that they got to play and come out here. And I wish it could have been under the best of circumstances, because I know our home crowd is just amazing when we have football games, but it's better than nothing.
Yeah. So punting almost from the end zone again. Millard gets it off, takes a Daniel Boone bounce, going to roll dead at the 45-yard line,
Perkiomen Valley taking over.
where the Vikings will take over
On the Daniel Boone.
at the Daniel Boone 45, 1st and 10 with 11:49 left.
Fourth quarter sponsors: Gravel Pike Inn, Collegeville, Adam J. Weiss, DMD, and TR Insurance Group, Collegeville. Gravel Pike Inn, Collegeville opens 365 days a year. Stop in for their amazing all-you-can-eat wings night, ribs and brisket smoked on premises, conveniently located at 595 Gravel Pike.
So Vikings take over 1st and 10. Daniel Boone 45-yard line, 11 minutes, 49 seconds left in tonight's ball game. Kohler's going to fake a screen. He's going to take off, run to the boundary, pick up about 3.
Well, that was an excellent play by number 17, Isaiah Germany. He felt the screen and covered it very well, forcing Kohler to work to the outside. Kohler able to use his feet and still get 3 to 4 yards.
So 2nd and 7 on the 42. And again, Kohler operating out of the shotgun. Little pitch wide to Grayson. No, that's Hunsberger. I'm sorry. That's Leo Hunsberger trying to stay in bounds. We have another flag on the play.
Boy, I tell you, Leo really, he has a nice gear to him when he hits that edge. And I think he's got a bright future.
It's going to be a holding penalty against the Vikings. That one's going to come back. Our boy Dan Falcone has been a little busy tonight, Coach.
Yeah, I guess I think he got Posner there on the edge. I didn't see the entire play. I was watching Hunsberger, but that's going to make it 2nd and long.
All right, so it's going to be 2nd and 12 from the 47-yard line as we tick down under 11 minutes left in today's ball game. Again, a low snap. Kohler looking, surveys the field, has a swing pass out to Grayson. Grayson showing some wheels.
Boy, I tell you, Grayson does a nice shot. He catches that ball in the flat, and again, him and Hunsberger, when they get vertical, they really get it moving. And again, 2 10th graders here. Now you got Mike Purbon tonight. He's starting to show up. He's a 10th grader, so
Kohler's only a junior, so
probably the most 10th graders I've seen on the as starting for the Vikings in a number of years.
Good sign for the Viking faithful for the next few years. So it's 1st and 10 at the 18. And
Carried by number 6, Rush.
Well,
takes it forward for about 4.
Yeah.
2nd and 6.
That's a quick 4 or 5 yards on that veer play. Kohler rides that all the way in, and again, the Vikings offensive line starting to have their way a little bit here.
2nd and 6 on the 14, 9:50 left in tonight's ball game. Kohler with the split backs. Gives to Grayson. This time he's wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage. Actually lost a few.
By number 3.
Well, that looked like Leo Hunsberger there, and number 9,
Down by number 9,
Ashton Hoffer. Again, he got in there real quick.
So it's going to bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 10 on the 18. Play clock's down to 10. Kohler looking, throwing, touchdown Vikings. It appeared that Grayson must have seen something, Coach. I saw him say something as they broke the huddle.
Again, I was watching the protection, and it was excellent by the Perk Valley offensive line. I don't have to see a replay, but it looked like if Grayson ended at that second spot or in the middle, it might have been what a little mixer route where they bring this number 2 on a post and send Grayson on a little mini wheel route. Again, I didn't see the whole thing, or maybe Grayson was in the number 2 spot and it was just straight verticals. But again, they've hit that a couple times tonight, and that's the second time they got it. And it ended up in a touchdown this time for Grayson.
Basil on to add the extra point. And we have a penalty beforehand. Offsides against Daniel Boone. I don't think that's going to matter much.
Penalty flag is offsides.
The score the way it is, I don't think Coach Heist has any interest in going for 2.
No.
I don't know what the line was on tonight's game, Coach. But I do believe the Vikings would cover at this point. So we'll do it again, back 5 yards. Or actually, I'm sorry, up actually closer. So it's actually a little chip shot here. Kick is up, and it is good, making the score Perk Valley 31, Daniel Boone nothing. 8 minutes, 55 seconds left in tonight's game.
Adam J. Weiss, DMD, orthodontics for children and adults, creating generations of smiles, located at 555 2nd Avenue in Collegeville. TR Insurance Group, Collegeville, what you need when you need it, offering a full line of options to serve your insurance needs. Stop in to see them at 346 East Main Street in Collegeville. And the Gravel Pike Inn, Collegeville, open 365 days a year. Stop in for their amazing all-you-can-eat wings night. Ribs and brisket are smoked right on the premises, conveniently located at 595 Gravel Pike.
We're fortunate to have so many nice eateries in the local vicinity, Coach, just, within a half mile of this Thomas J. Keenan Stadium.
Yeah, they really are, and it's it's beautiful down on the trail there, and I know people run and bike on that trail all the time, every day.
Yeah, I mean, they have their choice. They could stop at Vince's, they could stop at Moch's, they could stop at the
Duck,
Gravel Pike Inn.
Gravel Pike Inn.
Duck, they're all right there. All right, Basil's going to kick off here from the 40 with 8:55 left. Another good boot right at the 1. Boone ball carriers taken down about the 22.
You got another flag on the play.
Was there a flag on the play?
Yeah, I know. Sometimes it looks like a beanbag.
Yeah, I thought it was the beanbag. It's typically thrown on a muff.
And it looks like the referees, they are actually working towards, they're going with the wider stripes.
Well,
if you notice.
only the 1.
Yeah, but that's
only the 1 has the wider stripes.
I think that's, if your districts or states, that's what they want the officials moving to, the wide. I'm not sure what it makes the difference. Maybe Smitty got to deal with them.
Right. Oftentimes, that's the case. All right, so after the penalty, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Blazers at their own 12. Coach, I think we got to start talking about the PV defense, possibly getting a shutout here. Here's more pressure. Good defense over there.
Oh man, that was excellent
Is
defense.
that Thomas Carroll again?
Yes.
Thomas Carroll having himself a game tonight.
That was an excellent play by him. I mean, now he looked like, I don't know if he's at the outside linebacker or corner position, but he's at a sack and now a pass breakup. I know Coach Young, he's a big fan of that PBU, the pass breakup.
All right, so it's going to be 2nd and 10 for the Blazers, backed up again at their own 12-yard line. Can't say enough about kids like Thomas Carroll. Just keep plugging away and getting his chance. Good to see it. Great family. Here's Hoffer. Brought down after a good pickup to pick up a 1st down. We haven't called his name much this half, Coach.
No, again, good tackle by Dylan Crothers. I think because Daniel Boone's been in a situation where they probably got to throw the ball a little bit more, but you can see when their offense has success, they're mixing the run and pass. But I think being down a few scores, they've been trying to pass and get back in the game. And now I think they're just going back to try to get a nice drive going, and they'll probably get more balanced again.
So it'll be 1st and 10 on the 25 of PV. Again, it's Hoffer, bulldog down after a pickup of 5.
And Crothers again on the tackle, and that's a big duty from the safety position, taking down Hoffer.
Bring up a 2nd down and 4. The Blazers.
Second and 4. This time Hoffer goes up the middle, but he is stuffed immediately by the Perkiomen Valley line.
And there we saw number 79, Ethan Lone Sky, 12th grader, 6'5", 310, does a nice job there, not getting moved off the ball.
We're seeing a lot of subs out there now for the Vikings. This is good to see. Get these kids, like we talked about, don't get a lot of playing time, get them some action in tonight's game. So we will have one more game on the road at Quakertown, and Daniel Boone will wrap up its schedule next week against Conestoga Valley. Third and 3. Spire back looking for long. Incomplete. Oh, now the late flag. Coach, I'm not sure what the flag is for. The defender actually backed away from the play.
I don't know if it's because he didn't turn. I'm not sure what it was there, but yeah, they got something there.
Don't want to criticize the Stripes too much, being that they're in that profession. Oh, well, there you go.
Offsetting.
We got 2 penalties. So we have a hold against the Blazers and then pass interference against the Vikings. So they'll offset. So it'll remain 3rd down. So it's 3rd and 3. That Hoffer up the middle again. Picked up the 1st down.
I think even if that pass was incomplete, they probably would have gone for it anyway.
That's a 1st down for Daniel.
Got nothing to lose as we tick down to 6 minutes, 30 seconds left.
How about that band, ladies and gentlemen?
In tonight's ball game with the Vikings leading 31-0. 1st and 10 for the Blazers at the 39. Spire back to pass again. Going long. Again, that ball's going to be incomplete.
Pass is incomplete.
That's uncatchable. I believe it was. out of
But there's no
bounds.
such thing as uncatchable in high school. But I didn't see that play as much different than the 2 plays
No, the
ago.
guy did the same thing. The defender for Perk Valley put up his hands.
For Daniel Boone.
So
When I said it was uncatchable, I meant from a quarterback
Yeah.
standpoint to the receiver. Yeah, there's. I'm not saying that there was they're going to waive that off because it's uncatchable.
and what Daniel Boone, they're taking their shots to the sidelines because Crothers is right in the deep middle of the field, so they're getting more one-on-ones.
Another handoff to Hopper, and this time again he's stacked up.
Good play by number 55 for the Vikings, Jordan Daniels.
Carried by number 9, Ashton Hopper. Tackle made by number 55, Jordan Daniels.
Daniels, one of those players we were talking about earlier, haven't called his number much. He is a senior. Good to see him getting some action. So I'll bring up 3rd and 10, 5:30 left in tonight's contest. Spirer looks to pass, has Vasallo, catches the ball in bounds, and is taken down at about the PB 42.
Really nice catch here by Vasallo. Catches with the hands. And I give him credit. He could have gone out of bounds, but he tries to make something happen, make a move in the open field, and does a nice job.
Number 17, Carson Castro.
So as we dip down to 5 minutes, the excitement left in this ball game is, will the Vikings get a shutout? So we got 1st and 10 on the 43. Spirer back. He's hit as he throws. Defender gets the receiver gets one hand on the ball, but again, it was good defense, Coach. I think that the defender should, if he had turned around, he might have had a shot at the ball.
Yeah, and I know number 30 for the Vikings, Thomas Carroll, almost had another sack. He was a split second away, and Brewer might have had a shot at an interception if that ball got hit or adjusted in any way. So we'll keep an eye on Thomas Carroll. He seems to be coming off this weak side. Now he's over on the wide side.
All right, so 2nd and 10 on the 43 of Perk Valley. Spirer again goes back to pass. This one is incomplete. Again, Carroll on the coverage.
Again, Perk Valley's getting good pressure here. Again, number 55, Jordan Daniels, forced to hurry.
Coach, I'm one to always think that your secondary is really only as good as your front four, because if you don't pressure, it's hard to cover people.
It is. I mean, there's a lot of space out in the football field, and it's not easy to sit out there and cover all night.
I mean, I remember when the Eagles put 3 guys on the Pro Bowl in the defensive secondary, but that's because they had Reggie White and Jerome Brown chasing the quarterback. All right, so we got 3rd and 10 on the 43. Spirer back again. This time he hits Vasallo. Good tackle right away. Is that Brewer over there?
Yeah, Jeremy Brewer was having a nice game, and yeah, I'm sure Coach Heiss is excited that Brewer Jr. getting a lot of action here. Daniel Boone's testing both of these corners a lot tonight, and both corners are 11th graders, Brewer and Bodwin, so they're getting some good work tonight.
4 minutes left in tonight's contest. Daniel Boone has it. 4th down, 4th and 7. This will be a big play for the Vikings if they're looking to get that shutout. He's going long. He's got a man out there, and right through his hands. It looked like the defender might have distracted him.
Yeah, well, Crothers came over, and he came to help out his buddy Bodwin, and number 4 for the Blazers, Alexander Vasallo just missed it.
They can take this opportunity to congratulate the cheerleaders, the sophomores, Skylar
Now we're going to
Murray,
see some
Cameron
subs
Gagnon,
on the offensive end of the ball for the Vikings.
Dave Larson. The juniors are Ava Gallo, Sierra Whalen, Grace Brunel,
First and
Kelly
10.
Keaton,
Now we're going to see number 7, Danny Keller.
and Tammy Koo. And the seniors, Emily Braun, Brianna Gaffney, Angelina Vandetti, and the senior captain, Macy Wallace and Maddie Schweitzer.
Well, that time, Mason Thompson, again, he is a savvy little runner. He just, and I'm not even call him little, but he does a nice job just picking his way, just gained 4 yards. And the Vikings, they're not, obviously they're not in a hurry, but they're not slowing it down either.
3:30 left. Yeah, so we got a new quarterback in there. It's Danny Keller. No relation to Kohler, although it's spelled a little differently. So that's number 34 on the carry, Ryan Clement.
Number 34, Ryan Clement.
And we have a blazer down right now. Gravel Pike Inn, Collegeville opens 365 days a year. Stop in for their amazing all-you-can-eat wing night, ribs and briskets smoked on premises, conveniently located at 595 Gravel Pike. Adam J. Weiss, DMD, orthodontics for children and adults, creating generations of smiles, located at 555 2nd Ave in Collegeville. And TR Insurance Group, Collegeville, what you need when you need it, offering a full line of options to serve your insurance needs. Stop in to see them at 346 East Main Street in Collegeville.
All right, Coach, 3 minutes, 20 seconds left. Tonight's contest, it's PB 31, Daniel Boone, nothing. It'll be 1st and 10 when we get back. Looking ahead to next week, the Vikings will be on the road up at Quakertown. Another team from the Suburban 1 League, traditionally a very solid league. And in this week's district playoffs, as you know, they went to a truncated system. There's only 4 teams, 2 of them from the Suburban 1, 1 from the PAC, and then 1 from the Chestmont. So tonight it's Souderton visiting Springford and Coatesville visiting Ken Ridge.
All right, and I'm just looking up there's a lot of action going on tonight, and it's a shame because you were so used to 16 teams out of District 1 playing, and tonight there's only 4, and that'll all be wrapped up by I think Thanksgiving weekend, so just be interesting.
All right, so the Vikings break the huddle with 3 minutes, 10 seconds left. Clock's running. Keller hands off to number 33, Brad Kersey.
Bradley Kersey's done has had a couple good plays on kickoff coverage, and now he's getting a couple chances to tote the rock around a little bit.
For PB.
Sound. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, just a couple updates. Thanks, Coach. So in the 6A District 1 playoff, in the fourth quarter, Souderton leads Springford 20-17, and Penridge in the third quarter leads Coatesville 26-20. Go to papreplive.com to keep up with these scores. Hand off to Clemick.
It was actually Kersey again.
Yeah, Kersey again.
Tackle made by number 9, Ashton Hopper.
So PB content to just keep the clock running by putting the ball in the hands of the running backs here with 2 minutes left in tonight's game. 2nd and 8. So Kaler, the quarterback, he's also a sophomore. He'll hand it off to number 17. The ball's on the ground, picked up by the Blazers, taken back to the PV or to the Daniel Boone 42-yard line.
33, Ryan Souter. And Daniel Boone will be taking over on the Perkiomen Valley.
Well,
Here we go, Coach. Minute 29 left. Got to protect that shutout.
Pardon me, they'll be taking over on the Daniel Boone 43-yard line.
Sure, Matt Young would like to see that goose egg at the end of the game, especially if he can do it with some of the subs in there. Swing pass out to Vasallo, takes it upfield where he's taken out of bounds at about the 49.
Barrier to number 4, Alexander Vasallo.
And Vasallo, man, well, it's a long run on that jet sweep to get jet sweep action, get all the way across the field. But they do a nice job of hitting that flat, and Vasallo does a nice job catching the ball and getting what he can.
So Vasallo is also a junior. So they are a very young team, Daniel Boone. And they have a lot of skilled players.
So it's good to see both these teams with a lot of young players coming back, getting some extra action tonight.
Oh, this time he hits it right in the numbers.
Pass is complete from Carter Barrier.
That's number 19.
Christian
Hornberger.
Well, that's their deep threat, and what a throw, what a catch, and honestly, I mean, look at Ryan Kelly was on the coverage. I mean, he was right there. So you got to give credit to where credit's due. What a great throw and catch.
That ball had some air under it and dropped like you said, dropped down the chimney. That's an effective way to throw the long ball. They say Russell Wilson is the best at that because when he puts air under it, it gives the defender less of a chance to bat it down. Kick by Nathan Millard is up and good. That'll make the score 31-7 with 1:15 left in tonight's game.
On that point after for Daniel Boone.
I think Coach Heiss is letting Kelly know, hey man, you're right there. That happens.
Yeah, sometimes it's just a great play by the offense. I mean, the defense did what's good, but sometimes the offensive play is a little better. Nothing you can do. It's where they say defensive backs have to have a short memory.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they got to keep their confidence up.
We're going to see the hands team out there, Coach? Looks
Might.
like it. Looks like it. Got everyone up on the line. Looking for the onside kick. Minute 15 left. Daniel Boone to kick off. Nathan Millard again will be handling the duties. Does all the kicking just like Basil does for the Vikings. Now they're not in a traditional onside formation. We'll see what they do. They're going to kick it deep. Going to squib. Posner's going to pick it up.
Oh, he's got a lane.
Posner takes it out to about the 38-yard line. Good return by Posner.
Really good run. He's a very strong kid, very explosive, and nice job on the return there. And
He's had a nice year as leading receiver on the Vikings. One of the leading receivers in the area.
38-yard line.
I don't know what the run-pass mix is tonight, Coach, but it's been pretty even.
yeah.
After last week, I think we've seen a lot of improvement in the running game. I think Coach Heiss
Well, it looks like
and the
they're going
rest of
to
the staff.
take a knee,
That's
so this
the,
is going to be a couple more rushes.
This is going to hurt their yards per carry, but I think they'll they won't worry about that. They'll take the W.
And they'll need this one more time.
So we got 45 seconds left. Another knee.
And that's going to do it
That
as the
should
play clock's
do it
under
as the
40.
play clock is at 40. So the final score of tonight's game is going to be Perkiomen Valley 31, Daniel Boone 7. Vikings will move to 5-2 on the year. The Blazers will fall to 2-5. Each team, like we said, has one game remaining. TV will travel to Quakertown, and the Blazers will be at Conestoga Valley. Coach, final thoughts for tonight's game?
I think it's, again, seventh game of the year. I think we're playing with house money, and after a tough week last week, it was nice to see the Vikings bounce back, get a win. I thought they all levels played great, special teams, offense, defense. It's kids are getting extra experience, getting into game speed now, and I think kids are just learning the game of football. Congratulate our seniors on great careers in their last game here at Perkiomen Valley. And thanks for coming out and helping out tonight. And it was a pleasure working with you.
Yeah, I like working with you, Coach. And like I said last week, I enjoyed it because this is really my only opportunity to see live high school football, given the COVID of it all. And I just want to give a special shout out to, I think our player of the game would be Thomas Carroll for his, in the limited action, he certainly made an impact. So
he sure did.
That's it for tonight. Be safe, and possibly we're not sure of our schedule next week if we're going to be on the air or not. That's going to be at Quakertown, and it depends on if they're going to be streaming with their crew. So that's it for tonight. Final score: Perk Valley 31, Daniel Boone 7. For Coach Scott Reed, I'm Pete Conti, and have a good night.